Alright, so I'm going to show you two different ways to display alphas properly, let's say transparency, in Sketchfab. So these are some leaves I just did for the test. By selecting all my layers here, I created, because it seems in Sketchfab you can't get this fifth layer like this fifth channel for the transparency for TGA and stuff like that. So it worked anyway. It worked with the normal PNGs, simple PNGs. So first you save one image with the diffuse. One advice in general, it's always better, let's say, to put as a background color for every of your alphas. It's better to put a color that is very similar to the one of your object. Because if you don't do that in some 3D softwares like 3ds Max, you're gonna end up with this kind of dirty alphas on the side. Whereas, because right now you see I use the PNG, a PNG with a white background. Oh, sorry, this one, white, gray background, whatever you use, 50% gray, you're gonna have the dirty sides. But if I load here, this one, where I put a different background, you see my leaves look better in this kind of applications, 3D application on PC. But Sketchfab have options to get rid of the dirty thing that's around. I will show you later. So for Sketchfab it's less important, but for 3ds Max, for example, yeah, it's always better to work with a green background if you work on leaves. So you select your leaves, you create one more layer, and you fill all the objects that need to be visible in white and everything else in black. Okay, so let's go in Sketchfab now. I already exported and I already imported the OBJ there. So as a diffuse color, I choose, so this one is the one I told you it's not the best to use. In Sketchfab it will work fine anyway, but it's better to use this kind of texture with the color that's similar to your object. Then you go in alpha blending. So this is method number 1 to display the alphas. You can select a texture that look like this one. I show it here. So it's everything's transparent, but only your object is visible. Your object doesn't need to be white or black or whatever. You just basically you can have only one image. I'm gonna put the same image in a, I don't know why the thumbnail is wrong up there. It should be the same thumbnail as this one. It's a bug. Yeah, it's a bug. I don't know why. But anyway, if you put RGB, yeah, I don't know. It's a bug. If you put the same, just one PNG, transparent background, and your objects, then you're gonna have this kind of result. It's good enough. It's method number 1. It's the simplest method. And here you have the same bug as I showed you in 3ds Max before, the same dirty surroundings. If you want to get rid of them, you go in alpha masking, not alpha blending. You go in alpha masking, and there you raise the masking value. So you're going to lose a bit of detail around, but you get rid of this aspect of pixel like stairs, steps. So you lose a bit of detail, but then you have a clean alpha. So it's method number 1. Second method that maybe I prefer to use myself. So here you choose the same, the clean texture that I did with a background that have a similar color to my leaves. And there you choose alpha blending, and you pick the black and white texture I did before. So I had the problem with Sketchfab at the beginning. It was like this. I didn't know how to display it properly. So the magic trick, you click there, and instead of format alpha, you're gonna choose format luminance, and there you've got it. It's the cleanest you can get, and it's very, let's say you keep the pixels of your texture, It's you don't lose any detail. It's not like going in alpha masking as before and doing that, where you lose a bit of the texture. With this method, so two textures, one with a background similar to the object, and black and white there in alpha blending. You can put your alpha blending to 0, and you have a very, very clean and a very clean alpha. So here you go, two methods, and the second one, the latter being the one I prefer, two methods to display your alphas very cleanly in Sketchfab.